Okay, here we go. It's time, y'all. We're gonna work on a new vocal jazz arrangement of something really, really interesting and complex and funky, super cool. This is actually the pretty well, I would say, the beginning of the process that you're a part of here. I need to update this. There it is. You're kind of in on the ground floor on this, with the only exception of Lewis Cole was very, very nice today, actually, to send me his chart on this tune and another one that I'm going to be writing as well. In fact, that'll be the next one that I write. Is another KNOWER tune. These guys are just so absolutely incredible. Their music, their production, just the energy and their performance, and incredible control over funk, man. they have that on lock, and so it sounds so great. And their work on on this tune with the guys from North Texas that were there when I was there back in the day in grad school, that have just exploded on the music scene. Snarky Puppy, their work on that together is going to inspire where this chart goes as much as it can, really. It still does need to be work within the context of vocal jazz, like a lot being performed live, so I'm gonna have to find some ways of making this happen. But really, I want to try to reproduce as much of the actual notes of this tune and the energy and everything as we can. Have to decide on some spots for it to be either, whether or not it's going to be a solo moment or an ensemble moment. But some of that, just those decisions will happen early in the process, I think, and can always change if inspiration goes another place. So I'm going to finish getting this set up, because I actually shouldn't have this other vocal solo line. Hey, Brian. All right. Really glad. So the man who's commissioned this one, Brian Raymond, is hanging out in the chat tonight, and you're welcome to hang as much as you can. Pillow Strength. Oh yeah, gonna put that on my bucket list when it's done. What's up, Pillow Strength? All right. Let's see. Bucket list. Wow, that's heavy. Ever wonder what those stinking chords were? Well, yeah. Here's the magic behind that, actually, because this is just intense. Now it's way faster than that, so I just need to put in a correct tempo. I'm going to take a stab at 150. Let's see. I'm going to take too hard of a stab. Let me just try 120. We'll see where it sits there. Seems about right. It's a little happier clip than that, just by a touch, if you want to do it at their speed. And that's the other thing. There is this. This is going to be an interesting. The feel on this tune, the way the 16th note feels. We'll have to check it out. But anyway, check the tempo. That's the 4-bar loop, of course. So what we're gonna. That's so out. I need to double check one of those, the sus flat 9 add 4, wasn't sure. Now I'm gonna lift what Mike League's doing on this recording here in this section. Killing. So this is all just I've notated what Lewis sent me. So this is, by the way, for KNOWER's version, which is there's more to the snarky arrangement that Michael League contributed to. That's brutal. It doesn't seem right. Neither does that. something about that too, but I'll double check with his chart. It was the lead sheet from Lewis was this information only. I've literally imported everything. Like he doesn't have any melody written out, so I'm gonna have to do a lot of transcribing just to get that. So this will be probably in some ways less interesting, this part of it, until we start getting into the meat of it. But we'll see what happens. There's your ending. I want to double check with Lewis's chart. Pardon me while I go into mail again and search for him. And Lewis call. Yeah. And he's got the chart, and I have it. I remember piano. Pardon me, real quick, while I try to figure out if this particular voicing that happens a few times is right. So let's see. F2 is 3 bars after that. So it's this one. Okay, so he's got... So give me... I have to do this off camera. I don't want to reveal his... oh, that is wrong. It is super wrong. What have I done? Upper structure is A flat... E, oh, A flat, E flat, or D sharp rather, yeah. So, or just, yeah, it's that. And then, what's on the bottom of that voicing? Well, nothing really. Oh, so it's just this on top, I see. And then the bottom can be, wow, it's just an unusual way to write it. It's all, oh my gosh, okay, I'm having trouble just seeing. But yeah, this makes sense. So that was not that chord, but with, so it's a little strange with B flat on the bass. So it's essentially like, yeah, it's a pretty out chord, but oh no, yeah, that's what it is. E major 7 over B flat is what's happening in that part then. So I got to fix that in a few spots throughout this chart. I think I'm going to do that now because I've just recognized this problem. How do I get all of that? There we go. So every time that chord comes up, I need to throw that down. Copy, and this is not exciting, I know, but it has to be done. Paste. I didn't get the old stuff. All right. Clicking the right thing. Okay, somebody move out of the way. You go. You come back. All right, that's fine. Sure, it's a little off. Okay, okay, so let me first get rid of these. Now that I know that's a thing. Paste again. And what else? Okay, get rid of these again. So exciting. Isn't this better than watching Fortnite, kids? Okay, good. Got it. All right, so we're caught up. I need to find my live dashboard here. Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. Hi, dashboard. All right. Now we're going to go into... Now, I've got their track. Tracks on YouTube. Go check them out. Listen to it 12 times on their YouTube link as well. As just give, if they've got monetization going, that'll help them, I think. Yeah, E major 7 over B flat. That's what we'll call it. Sorry, responding to chat. Yeah, go give this some love. It's going to play a bunch on here because we're going to transcribe. So I don't know if YouTube might pull me for this, and I'm sure they wouldn't care at all about it, but because they're killing it right now. But they're also, they want their music to be spread. I think that's super hip. Anytime an artist is hip to other people performing their music and getting to live the music, in addition to just listening passively, I guess, listening to somebody else perform it. I was like, am I ever going to take that drink? Okay. From the top, we're gonna sort of notate all the differences, or not notate all of them. We're gonna kind of make big moves about the differences to sort of get the snarky stuff that we want to keep. We're gonna put that in. So we'll just check that out together. Hi Mateo, how are you doing? Thanks for coming to hang out. Here we go. I bet that was gonna kill you. That was gonna be very loud to you. I'm so sorry. That probably was bad. Let's see if we're gonna listen to it. This is the difference here. Like this. Do you really wanna live like this? Do you really wanna? So don't forget. So considerably different in this arrangement. Yeah. So that is all real different. If we yes, it does, Bob. Sounds like Dirty Loops for sure. It's nice that we have all of this stuff. I wonder if maybe we won't, maybe the second time, I'll just make a note. Use League's stuff, because I know I'm pretty sure it's Mike League's interpretation stuff that he put with for Snarky on this. Use League stuff here, question mark, because yeah, I mean, or do we want to wait and have that as variety in this chart? Actually, it's more to learn. it's more to learn for that rhythm section, but maybe you want one time where it goes through on that chorus. Maybe you get the hits like the KNOWER original and see the effect of that. I don't know if we'll have the vocal jazz group sing these hits. They're pretty regular here, so I think that's a reasonable thing to ask them to do. But it's really tough to sing the ones that are so random. If there's not a pretty reasonable loop that you could practice in rehearsal, I wouldn't want to do that to my friends at Foxborough. We'd do something else that made sense. But anyway, interesting, because more static harmony here, not as much modality. I would need to lift the bass part just to know what's going on. So that is going to be an interesting assignment. Okay, so I remember what's happening here. I needed to be. Hold on, I gotta fix something in my notation. I took this from Louis, but what he's not really, writing in there is that every single thing is short. So anything that I didn't, like these that I didn't include as like staccato or something like that, it's gonna read real dumb. So I gotta fix that. Even though, if you just listen to, well, it also needs to be this way on the demo. When I'm gonna import this stuff, whatever, all the written stuff I'm gonna import to make my demo. So, and that's what folks listen to, obviously, to get obviously that they get a demo of the chart. It allows them to hear things like articulations, and you just need to have that accurate if possible. Okay, so there we are. When I'm smiling, I don't forget. So I need to, I'm getting a little bit distracted by wanting to get all these things written short. I'm going to eventually get that done, but So this funk section at F. Wait, we haven't heard this yet, or we did hear this, or yeah, we heard it back at B right away. So this verse. So yeah, a little more jangly, dominant kind of. Where are we? Okay, let me just. I'm setting up my transcribe software a little bit as we do this.
Say it as a whisper, as a dropping bomb. You can hear it till it's done. Come on now. Listen to yourself. You're losing touch with yourself. Do you really wanna live like this? Do you really wanna be like this? Do you really wanna?
No, I think it has to be this way both times. It's just cool. It's kind of what we want. Sorry, I'm still working on this. Yeah, but nothing's changed at this point from what we thought it was going to be. Oh, except that in Snarky's version, they're about done. I mean, Snarky's version, they've got a lot to do. On this version, we've got a lot to go. So this is actually about the end of the chart that I had, and so a lot of it's so useful and going to inform what we do. But I have a ton to lift. Okay, yeah. Oh, are they gonna do boom? Yeah, they are. Do doom doom. So yeah, that's the thing. That could be the chart, and you could have a 2 minute and 33-minute-second chart, and they literally add on from the moment that that KNOWER's is done, and that's boom with Jeff Coffin and everything. So, my friend, here we are. Let's talk. Let's talk about what you want to do with the form. Do we go on? And, I mean, do you foresee actually singing that? All that stuff that's about to happen? What is it? Pretty reasonable. That line on its own is pretty reasonable, I think, getting into it. We could split it up in a way to do it. And then let's listen to the rest. Okay, very good. Well, let's lift it. Let's do it. There's plenty of other stuff to change about the head in, and I'll get to it. But yeah, let's just do the hard work here. Let's transcribe this thing. Oh my gosh, that'll be fun to do as a team. How many bars do I add to this bad boy? 100. What do we have? 100. I'll add 160 more bars. If you want to completely depart and imagine it your own way, that's cool too. Well, no. I think we can. No, I think the best thing to do is see what material's there, and if any of it needs to be changed for any practical reasons, that we can make those calls. But here it was. Wow, call Wayne shorter. I'll call him right up. One, two, ba-doo-ba-boom. Okay. Oops. I believe that was. I'm just gonna write this in the vocal part. What was Bodo? Oops. I can't tell if they're. It might be. I can't tell if that's a gag, and it's an A, or if it's a major. I think it was that, right? Boop and boop beep. Boop doo beep, boop doo beep. It was only that boo beep. Oh, that's why. Biddy boo boo. There's something. Just chord up. All right, cool. Yeah, so there's some logic to it. All right, we can work with this. We'll think about it. And then what else happens? So. Okay. Boom. Boom. The gag. Boom. Let's put that on a little hit there. So, one. Wait, is that right? The end of two? Cool. Three and a four. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Wait, hold on. Dang it, this is gonna take so long. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Was that? Oh, I'm gonna frustrate people as I get confused. Turn around. 1 and 2, 3, 4. I want E. 1, 3 and a 4. 1, 3 and a 4. Okay, so that's consistent. Well, it's not. Yeah, it is consistent. Good. That's good to know. Need some consistency. What was that? No, was that a D flat? One. Ball. Just only through the bass note. By the all this swung da deep. All the swung 16ths. Ball to it. Ball to it. I think I had that right. Oh. I'll have to listen faster to see what it seems like in context, but I think that's doing that actually. I need to fill in some gaps here on the bass part, obviously. But this is the long game. This is where we are in the trenches. We're in the depth here. This chart will not take 5 hours like my last one did. 1, 2. Let's see, what is it? What's that? Boom. 1, 2. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, really, they're all 16s. So 1, 2. Jeez, man. 3, but it. 3, but. Oh, is that like the same as the previous? No, it's whole step. But it. BYD, oof. Oh wait, what was that? Buddy could do whip whip. Oh, Dermot, what's up, Dermot? Yeah, I think I read that really dumb. Duck uncon. Okay, good. So yeah, Dermot. Let's see. Wait. What? Good night. Oh, wait. Yeah. Dang it, get on there. Ah! Get there we go, okay. God. 2, 3. What's up, Dermot? Funkating gank. Yeah, what's that? Yeah, don't worry, Sopranos. It's not what's probably going to happen. Boom, bank, golly. Okay, so on the happy. Wait, that was that a C? Yeah, I mean, let's not even pretend that's gonna happen. Boom, Betty. Actually, what was that? Sorry. Oh no, I had it. 1, 2. Okay, buddy. Okay. Something like that, but it's not. Yeah. That's pretty sharp, but that's what it is. That's what's going on. The rhythms need to be eventually changed for practical reasons. Yeah. No, I mean, we might do sort of things like that. Oh, good. So that's just through C major. Oh God. I'm just gonna say that's what it is. If I do da. What is it? Get back over there. But yeah, I don't like this in sharp. Something. Not long. Okay. Three and a. What is this? Which one do I use for this? That one. Okay, yeah. No. Same thing. That. Comes down. I think. It's hard to tell. Actually, no, it is more conventional. Yeah. Let's see. Where was there a triplet? I didn't see. I don't think so. I mean, they're swinging the 16ths, but I don't hear it. Oh, is that it? That's totally possible, and it makes sense too to with that. Yeah, I guess we'll just leave it. I see what you mean. Though. I think that you might be right. If I sped it up, it'd probably be more obvious. What is that? I don't really want that. Maybe. We don't. I don't know if that's what it is. Oh, I see. How long is that? I'm guessing here. I think that's what happens after that. Oh yeah. Bonkers. Not sure. Wow. Wow. That's a heck of a phrase. Wait. Okay, good. So straight up the scale. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be E minor. Although I don't know about that note. Oh. It's hard to tell. I think they're playing it like it's in C. Because then they got the E sharp. Hey Cole, how you doing? Thanks. I'm glad you're checking it out. Welcome. So we're ending on. I think we're ending on that. Oh. Yeah. Well. Oh, I know what I missed. Okay. Da, da. That's all. God dang it! I just missed. So it's a E minor, like E Aeolian scale, on the way up until stopping at the E flat. Fantastic. That's brilliant. Insane. Okay, and then we're in the solo section. Whoops. Oh wow. Okay. Time is it? 40 minutes in. Okay. Not too bad. Let's go look at it in real time. Just gonna put it all in one place. Eventually, we'll have to figure out the real saxophone range on this. By the way, let's add a saxophone. Actually, I don't want to do that yet until I'm sure that that all worked in real time. Back to 100% speed. Zoom out and let's look what it looks like. I'm just going to say bepa. I said there's a short 8th notes. I think we'll just do that. But if the that seemed longer. It seemed longer when I was listening to it in slow-mo, but yeah, no. Of course, what do we do with that? We go. Not sure how it's accomplished. It may be that these are shared, or that these the figures as they're sung are going to be passed back and forth. There's a lot to do still. I mean, in this section, there's a lot of there's sort of deciding or you're figuring out what to tell the bass player what to write out in that. Usually I write out the bass parts, and I could do that, and it could be a repetitive groove figure. But let's see. Yeah, no, totally. This is when we have a sax player could play this in alto or soprano. Okay, and vocals could even double just some of it. Oh yeah, good call. Just in on a few of the figures. Yeah, it totally makes sense. Yeah. So it could seem in a way soloistic, but as if the group like knows part of the solo, which would be really hip. Okay, so let's make it not a tenor. Let's do soprano. Let's try that. Okay. So, well, that seems like it was the line for the most part. There might have been some articulation that I didn't have. But yeah, okay, cool. Let's go with that concept then, Brian. I like that too. Let's see how this all fits in the range. All right, I'm gonna have to swing 16ths, if I remember right. 16ths. I think it'll do it for me. Swung 16ths? Can't remember what the language is that actually... No, there's no way swung. Let me just have a test. Just try it there. No. Start here. Okay, so that's how I'll know if we're swinging those 16ths yet. For sure. How do we do this? Maybe it's typed like swing 16. Did that do it? I want to hear it that way because it'll help. Because that's the way this thing is. That did it. That was perfect. Dang. Swing 16. I just don't remember. I know there's some command. Ooh, that sounds like it might have been doing it. Let's get to a better spot. It sounds to me like it's here. Well, I'll know it's swinging 16ths if I take it down to, what is it, 128 now? Take it to like 60 beats per minute and then play that. It should be. Well, this is the worst instrument to do this with. Blah 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 blah. Okay, good. So it's doing the job. I shouldn't really have. Let me see. On such a rhythmic tune, I really should have the vocals on more of a rhythmic instrument than that. So let me work on the mixer. Gosh, I gotta sneeze. I think we'll do like electric piano for them. I mean, that's the thing. The piano is going to be an electric piano, but it's a different one. I need to test out some of these sounds. You're going to use a synth, right, Brian, on this thing? I presume, but I could be wrong. Why is it doing this? What is happening? What's going on? Electric piano, keyboard. What? Why do I have more options all of a sudden? Electric piano 1, general MIDI. Oh, do I have a different? I see. I have to allocate these. I did not realize. Sorry. Planning on it. Yeah, keyboard sound. Okay, good. All right, great. I mean, you'd lose a lot on piano, on just piano, I think, on this tune. So, okay, let's now do electric 1 for the vocals there. Electric 1 for them. And electric 1 for them. And then, yeah, soprano sax. Piano, we will do synth. I don't know if I can't remember if that's a square or a sawtooth sound. We'll test it out. That's not quite the one. But let me test sawtooth out. Oh, that's closer. Okay, let's get back to our... It's closer. It's hilariously bad, though. Wow. Oh, actually, it's not bad. It's just slow. That's exactly what it is. It's sawtooth. It's not even playing those stinking eighth notes. I mean, like these. If I put, it's really funny. If I did that, I mean, it actually would play a little better. It's only helpful to the MIDI though, so I mean, it's fine. You're welcome. It's a sawtooth sound. It seems. I don't know. I'm dumb to those things. So that's news to me. All right. So what happens now that we figured that stuff out? First of all, I just really doubt that that's happening. But what will probably happen is we'd like to have the synth play it. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is the Van Halen synth, I think. Yeah, it's very similar to that. What is it? Oh wait, I'm on soprano sax. What is it? What is it? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. F. Brian, we can switch tunes right now. We can do it right now if you want. So yeah, I think your deal in this is likely to have. Are you gonna have guitar on this, man? Do you want guitar? You kind of want that sort of wang jangle wang. You know, you kind of. It seems like you might want that. Something to consider. Let me know. I know you're about 30 seconds behind me in chat, so I'll hang up a second. But yeah, I think that then would allow us to double. We could put this figure in the synth. Oh yeah. Oh man. We could put this figure in the synth, and they wouldn't be so responsible for having to lay down that. They would just have the line and would double the whole thing with the sax, which I think would be a good aesthetic, especially sawtooth and sax. That'll cut. Then you have bass, and then it'd be nice to have guitar kind of rocking out on whatever chords they're playing. I kind of have to listen to that and figure it out. I think it's a little, I mean, I think it's pretty improvised, that, so I'm not exactly sure how to handle it, but you're going to get more of the mic from that, or the mic is closer to the drink. Okay, anyway, and so then you put figure in the synth. Okay, good. Oh yeah, and that's yours. Yeah, you're playing that too. Good. Okay, so then let me see about range for the soprano sax, where they want to go. So it's too low here. But yeah, let's take this up the octave then. Oh, it's too high that way. It's too high there. Well, that's a drag. Well, it's a different lick. Yeah, that's right. I guess it's okay. So by saying that I can put that figure in the synth, Brian, just let me know if that means you also. Oh boy, this is rangy stuff. If that means you got a guitarist, you want me to add that part? I presume that's the case. Because that's too high, isn't it? Oh, it's an altissimo. Okay, here's what we'll do. Then we'll jump down here. I don't know how far all this has to do this, but we can make this. How far can this go up? Let's see, what kind of range do they have to do this? Not really. So we'll just have them jump like that. Okay. Synth can just play the whole thing accurately, and then the vocals. Oh, well. I got it, man. Okay, so if you don't have guitar, and even if you do have guitar, they can serve as actually some groove and pad background things for the most part, and then hitting occasional hits out of this. Okay, no, that's okay. We'll avoid guitar, but so let's do that. Let's have the singers provide the sort of chordal backup stuff, and then we'll have them hit some of these figures. So when I go in and listen, which could be now, I guess, essentially, but when I end up going in and listen to what's behind all this stuff, what it seems to me like it might be kind of a sus thing a little bit. So that'll be what we're exploring. But, the line is so chromatic over the top of it, there's going to be clashes. But like just kind of subtly, I think that might be the best way to handle this. And then they just poke through and hit once in a while. You could also pad a chord left hand and double singers, and play figures right hand. Jeez. Woo. Yeah. If you want me to, throw in whatever ends up happening in the singers on your left hand, I will do it, you brave man. So you're killing at keyboards. That's awesome. So let's just decide where the singers should be in. Portions of all that. I'm gonna just basically erase some things. Probably, I would think most of it. Yeah, like they might want to join on this, but not that from whatever we've had them do. Was this, by the way, the downbeat? Is 81? 81 is the downbeat, isn't it? Of the section. At least in how this is going to work. So maybe they hit that. Not here. Maybe. Yeah, they could hit that. Let's just get them out of dealing with that. Ooh, yeah, back to oohs and all that business. Pads. Yeah. Let's leave them out of that. To coming out. Yeah, exactly. Coming out of the pad chords. Exactly. Yep, that's the plan. So yeah, yeah. So maybe we give them this. That's a kind of a fun, challenging one. Yeah. And maybe more. Let's see. Yeah, but we take them out of this. So they like hold this out a little bit. Chords to unison, lines to chords. Yelp. Yeah. Maybe, depends on what the voicing is and where we are, we might be able to pull off like them singing something chordal underneath, like that, which would be extra slick, but doesn't have to be that way though. Yeah, but we'll make this part fit in. That'll be a big chunk where they're involved. Let's leave them out of all this run here. I'm feeling saucy enough to think we could pull this off. Some stuff about that I don't like. I think, you know what, is yeah. Okay. What if the whole group together in like thirds or something like that. It sings ba ba da ba da. So 1, 2, 3. And like we get them out here. Yeah, and then yeah, I think that seems possible to me. If you want to go with less of this, and like like they could be out for more, or I mean, that's a learnable thing for a jazz choir. I think that's hard, but it's exciting and it could be learnable. So I don't know. That might be it, and then we'll figure out what harmony's happening all around that. Cool. And you can tell me your preference, man, your chart. So tell me your preference if you like. Let's listen to some more of this tune, see where it goes, and remind ourselves of that. Everything on my computer just exploded. Sorry. All right. I need for a double bar to be here because that's a thing that happens. So this is in the original, and actually that's what this could be. I would imagine it might be good to let the sax go ahead and blow here, or even those licks in the last like 4 or 5 notes. Yeah. Yeah, I think, although I'm not sure, I might be late to seeing your note on that. I'm not sure I understand. If that, what, just let me know what about that would be different than what you got, because I can't tell. Let me just see. Okay, cool. Let's see. This, oh yeah. So this is a sax solo. We'll just let him go, or her. I don't know who's blowing on this. Sorry. I know it's Jeff Coffin on this. That's what I'm thinking. Sorry, I'm back and forth between two. You could add something original too if I wanted. Yes, yeah, something, some kind of developer, and I think that would be, or somewhere around here, maybe after that solo, would be a chance to try to explore something like it. Basically, I would imagine writing everything else in the chart that we definitely want to have in place from the snarky version, and then go, what is it missing, essentially? Is there not enough flashy stuff for the group doing this or that gesture or that kind of thing? So maybe an additive thing or something, or some sort of developer is possible. Let's see what else we got. So we don't have to go to all this necessarily. Okay, so the good thing about that is because I have the chart. By the way, that was hilarious. Yeah, we're gonna notate all of the coffin solo for just like super sax voicings for the singers. Good luck, singers. That's awesome. So what do we have? So if I think, oh yeah. So this is the last bar. So I need to go back to I remember. Just back here. That was it. So this is what moves up here, and where here. If this is sax solo for 16 bars, a developer for 16, 128, no, 129. If I do 16 of development, that would seem to be like it would make sense shape-wise. So some kind of developer that lets the group, who may have been, it depends on what happens here, might have been underutilized because of how much of the stuff kind of has to live in the rhythm section and horn and all that. We want to make sure that they have some good ensemble stuff, but I think they will. I think they'll end up with some good stuff. Wow, it's only been an hour 8. Amazing. How are y'all doing? Very good. Okay, let's see. The next thing to do is to transcribe some Genevieve solo and to get that going. Because then we can start making some decisions about where that lead line is going to move throughout the tune. I will bring up her lyrics because she has graciously given them to the world via her YouTube recording. So KNOWER, or her YouTube description actually. I couldn't remember for a second. The original, noise. Okay, sorry. I didn't want you to get bombarded. Okay, say it, yell it, scream it, all that stuff. So I'm just going to copy. This is from the Think Thoughts record, which is so awesome. I love all this stuff just desperately. I love it so much. And I was so fortunate to get to work with Genevieve before she was famous. She was always cool though. So it's not like I worked with her before she was cool. She was always cool. And was a vocal jazzer and sang in an honor choir that I directed. She was I believe, if I remember right, she was at Cal State Northridge at the time. I had worked with Matt Falker. And there were some great students from there that made this all-state group that I directed. I had some of my own students, and Christine Guter had students in it. And it was really a fun experience. Some of those people, we have people who've been teaching college vocal jazz for a few years now that were in that group. We have Fletcher Sheridan was in that group and is was in Impact for quite a while. Is currently in True North, I believe. Fletcher's still in that group, but otherwise he's just destroying the world. Like, he's just doing all these great things as a singer in LA and commercial work and everything. He's fantastic. Let's see, some really great people came out of that group, and I mean there were great people in that group who have been doing cool things in vocal jazz since, so that's kind of exciting. But they Genevieve was one of those that I got to work with in that context, and she was super fun and cool and hip. There's no surprise there if you pay attention to KNOWER and our fans. If you pay attention to the band KNOWER, if you know her, you'll also say the same, I would imagine. But anyway, super thankful that they were hip to me writing this chart. Yeah, it was a super group, Brian. I remember that. It was the first time we tried a thing where we did live delay of a scat solo, and it was on a floaty chart of mine called Song for the Traveler. And we did a thing where I can't remember who was first, but Fletcher, I got involved in it. Just so there was an initial soloist who was going to improvise, and then there was one delay person who sang just a little bit behind them, and slightly softer, and then a third delay person who was further off the mic, and it was an amazing experiment. It went really well. I've seen True North did it on their Gen conference since then, but otherwise I've never seen that happen live. But it's a thing we had done at Sacramento State also on that tune. But it can be kind of fun to do that. It's a really good ear exercise. Just do it in class for giggles. It's that thing of when somebody tries to mess you up talking by saying exactly what you're saying, but they're doing it with scatting. So gather round, children, for I have stories. Okay, I have a pretty good idea what we're doing for them now. Current point. Now that is gonna bam bam these any Foxborough singers still tuned in? There have to be. There are 10 people watching. That's the most that I ever really see. That's awesome. You guys check in, singers, check in. I love it. So here we go. I'm gonna do the vocal transcription now. Whoops. Say it. Say it. Say it.
Say it.
Say it. Say it. Say it. Say it. About to say it. I think I heard it like that. Say it. Talk to get it.
Say it. Say it.
Checking in from Vancouver, BC. All right. I love Vancouver, BC. Welcome. And I really, really love Canada right now. You know why. You know why. Have I lost half my audience? Hey, welcome. Welcome, Chicken Productions 47.
Say it. Yell it, scream it.
Take it together, let's scream it. Yeah, let's scream it. Say it, yell it, scream it. Say it. I should move Carrie. Yeah. There's some complexities with that, as you can imagine, but trust me, that's a thing. That is a thing. I feel on the wrong side of history right now. Oh, hey, James K. Hello to you, too. Oh, yeah, Capuano is looking for a new vocal jazz director. Are they? Well, that's very interesting. I will log that information because I appreciate you saying that. Screamment. Yeah, I know. It's, yeah.
Say it. Yell it, scream it.
Yeah, let's scream it. Okay.
Yell it, scream it. Just open.
Just open. Oh, whoops. That would be rest. Just open up. I don't know what comes after. Open up.
Yell it, scream it. Just open up the door and let it.
Open up. Oops. Ah. Darn it, yeah.
Open up the door and let it out.
So just open up the door and let it out. So I'm gonna write this all staccatos. This is gonna be crazy first year in vocal jazz, LOL, but I'm so excited. Oh, you got it. You got in, Audrey. Awesome. Yay, congrats. That's super cool. Or maybe it wasn't you that had been auditioning for the first time or something, and didn't know, but congrats. That's fantastic. Where did I get the chords and rhythm section parts? I got them from the composer. So Lewis was very kind to send that to me. I wrote to Genevieve, since I know her, and kind of introduced the idea. And you know, she comes from vocal jazz, and she was super happy to have their music represented in our world. She knows it can be good. She knows it doesn't have to be, you know, kind of the corny thing or whatever. So she's aware and was supportive of that idea. It was just friendly generally, you know, and kind of hooked me up then with Lewis to talk about, you know, his half of it, since he's a co-composer. And he was just so generous. He was like, "Hey man, those chords are really gnarly on I Remember. I'll send you the lead sheet if you want, just to help you save you some time." And I said, "Oh my God, that's fantastic!" And I'm writing another one of theirs next, the tune called "Hanging On," for somebody else. That one also he graciously sent me this morning. So it just saves a lot of transcribing time, because you know, a thing that's really hip like this, I'm not going to be like wiping all the original stuff out, and I mean, you want it to sound grooving like the original, and you want to do those things really. So there's no arranging in that. It's adaptation, transcribing, adaptation, making it fit. The arranging will come in there. I think, you know, we've discussed that there might be a section later in this chart that we'll get to do some stuff that develops material from the rest of the chart, and makes this unique for 16 bars at least. But it's enough. It's enough for a group to take this on and perform this kind of complex, exciting chart. So yeah, let's scream it. Just pin up. I see some dumb looking stuff there that I'll fix. Door and oh wait, I think I screwed that up. And goes here, and let it out. Okay, so I need to I really feel dumb with these notes there. They don't really make sense. You don't tie staccato stuff. It just isn't done, you know? So it just means you got to read some rests, which I always find more complex. But that's okay. Okay, here we go.
Up the door and let it out. Come on.
So this is a little different, and I'm going to steal this. 2, 3. I think it's just that.
Come on.
Yeah, so that's all correct. Oh wait, what was that chord? It wasn't the right chord. Oh, it was. It's really hilarious to transcribe with the actual sound. Okay, so that is what's going on there. What's the change? It's like A sus4, or A flat sus4. Oh, okay.
Come on, bring. Come on.
Okay. Come
on, brain.
Come on, brain.
Come on, brain. Come on, brain.
I think that's it's live, so it's a little loose pitch-wise. I think
Come on, brain.
Maybe. I mean, that could be the intention there. Come on, brain. I mean, she's pretty nails. I'm gonna double check this with the KNOWER original recording later, just to clear up any discrepancies. Come on, brain. Come on, brain.
Come on, brain.
Brain. Actually, it's really just that. It's really.
Can't we just get along, babe? Can't we just get along?
Can't we just get along? I'm still gonna assume we're talking about A major because this is all funk in A. Brain, and if anything, I'm just gonna simplify for now. Can't just get along? Can't we just get along? Yeah, brain. Just get along. Cause you just do what I really want. Can't
we just get along? Can't you just do what
I'm pretty sure we're talking this. Can't you just do? Can't you just do what I really? I think it was like really. Shoot. Really want or something like that, or something like that.
Can't you just do what I really want?
Really don't. Which all makes sense with. Oh, actually, no. Being up a half step makes more sense. For being like A funk, this does make more sense up here. Yeah, put that up all. So come on, brain, if we get along, can you? So come on, brain. Yeah, I'm gonna. I think this is what she's going for. I mean, that sounds rude to say, but I mean that's it's a live setting, and that's the intention here. And I'm parsing it, I think that's what we're doing since we're in funk in A. Let's see. Yeah. Because everything else she's been thinking as if it's like A minor with A minor like blues stuff, which totally makes sense. So good. Yeah. Can't you just do what I really want? Just do what I really want? Question mark, because you don't know.
What I really want. You really wanna?
So, wait, hold on. Let me listen to this last hit. Oh. So they're doing. Okay, I got a lot of work to do on the on transcribing what's happening in Mike League's. Yeah, this is what we're going to use. We're going to go ahead and use his arrangement contributions in this part.
You really wanna?
So do. That sounds like the intention. Do you really want? Well, we know the ensemble's on this. Let me see. One, to live like this. Yeah, live like this. know, maybe. Could totally be. It fits, right? Could be that way on the head in, or I mean on this side, head in, on this time, and then later, do you really want to? We could do like the sus chord, because that's what's happening. It might be an opportunity to write some chords, though. So. Do you really wanna? I mean, that's, you know, there's an argument for take your opportunity to write chords on lyric for the ensemble, because otherwise some of the stuff might be a little bit difficult to fit in that way. So I'm not sure. I'll have to think about it a bit. But, I mean, if we want it to sound like the original, you know. Oh, and by the way, that's where they go to piano. So I guess you could, yeah, I mean, you could definitely, like, have your keyboard, good Lord, have your pianist switch off of, you know, go to piano sound there, obviously. It's going to be weird for my purposes here how I'm going to do that, but when I want to listen back just for reference. Same deal. Do you really want to? Yeah, same deal again, of course. Be like this, be like this, be. What could it be? Bump to be. Bump to be. Bucket like this. Bucket like this. Be like this. Do you really wanna be like this? Do you really wanna live like this? Okay, cool. Got it. Be like this. Do you really wanna? Do you be like this? Do you really wanna? You really wanna live like this? Wanna? Yeah. Live like this. Dang it. I just keep doing that to me. Do you really wanna live like this? Do you really wanna? Okay. And it did it again. I don't want to go that far. Don't want to go back that far. I don't want to go that back that far. Far that back. That wow, interesting. Extra bar in there or not?
Don't forget.
Da-da-da-da-da. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Da, 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 da. And something. I don't know. Probably that. Probably a thing like that. Oh, the on forget. Bunk at the dunk to forget. Bunk at the dunk and to forget. Let's do it a million times. Don't get the gunk, get the forget. Don't get the dunk to forget. And yeah, don't start cursing when we're looping that over and over because first of all, it's gonna be frustrating, and it sounds like other stuff. And you be good, kids. And now I put that in your mind. You're in big trouble, Brian. They would not have thought of it. But okay, so what do we have? What? Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be good. So we can give this the ensemble too. The first bit lick, at least. I don't want to call it C flat. Have to do anything I don't want to. All right. We're now in sharps. This is what we get. Oops. Those words that's long enough. Words I said. And I think this is where the soloist does the lick. Said. What is that? You need somebody who can do some melismatic. Do you have a girl that can do some melismatic descending runs in pentatonics? And that's the easiest way to do those. And a lot of the kids can do it these days. Julia is our specialist, but in fact, it would be even kind of sick to lay them out there too. I remember those words I said. Cool. That's awesome. That's pretty cool, actually. I kind of like that move. To go back and forth. Oh, don't fart. And then the soloist takes it over. That is hip. It's hard. If I put the dash there, it'll interpret that weird. Unfortunately, it'll screw up the rest of the chart. Just do it like that. Hopefully make that make sense. I mean, people are smart. They know what that means. And then, oh, this one. Delete this. marker, sorry.
I remember.
I don't know. I think we can still put this in the group. And then all the descending stuff. Yeah, which is the easiest thing for us to do in the world, obviously. It's what we specialize in. That's a whole note, and then, but we can't do that. We have to go. Let's pick the guys up on beat 2. Yeah, that makes sense to me. And then the basses do. Let's see. They can take, they take it off. They basically from there, and then I think we want to hold it, and they thankfully give us an extra beat, so we can hold it at least over to beat 1 before we need to be off of this chord. Oh, whoops. Oh, I can just do, yeah. And how this is tied. This is S1 only. S2. Oh, you know what they should do though? Now let's make this symmetrical. So S2 is in whether or not they're an alto S2 or a soprano S2. If they're soprano S2, they're already in. S2 in on that note. And then they go, for which reason, I probably want to indicate, just to make it look a little more obvious what we're doing, go ahead and do that down here. That's going to get in the way of the words. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. So I'll put those above. And I'll just... And then it hangs. And then altos. Altos in. And the alto should be in on the G. I don't know if that's going to be abundantly clear. But people can do it however they want. But... I mean, that kind of makes some mathematical sense that they would do that, I guess. Everybody's in on a sort of a handoff note, and then they go down a step on this thing to pull that off. It should work well with the group. We need... This is a nightmare of needing slurs and stuff. Anyway, let's get all these. Let's get these across the bar. Ooh. So nice cluster there. This is going to be one where I actually don't think it's going to be beneficial to write, to put the chord symbols in the vocal chart for the most part. It's just such chaos. They almost don't need to know. In a lot of spots, it's chaos. You know, beautiful chaos. God dang, all the way back. Okay. I remember. I mean, okay, at least this has to have a slur on it. And that kind of covers me. And then I guess I'm just gonna, no, I'm not gonna put that above. I'll just, I remember, you come in and burr, and then the guys coming in, I'll just have them sing burr, bear. I mean, it's gonna look weird on its own, but I mean, hopefully they'll get. I'll just do ... burr. So hopefully that's pretty clear. Also, again, we are dealing with human beings who can take context clues. Okay. Let's see, what's that? No, that's that. This is. Can't forget. Anyway, can't forget. And that happens again, I think, doesn't it? Where am I? Golly, look at all that. Okay. I can't forget. Okay, another solo. Another say it. Say it. Say it. See it. I'm gonna put that on 3. See it. See it as. Say it as a whisper, as a dropping bomb. Say it as a whisper, as. Let me just write. I'm not gonna count. Say it. Say it as a whisper. Oh, I see. Comma as. Let's see where they move. Both the verses gonna be solo? I don't know. I don't know if both the verses will be a solo. They don't have to be. We can find some other stuff to do. Get more creative. Go a cappella. Say it as a whisper. Yeah, we can do some other stuff. But I'm just lifting for now and putting things where they might go, and then keep an open mind at this stage. Say it as a whisper, as a dropping bomb. As a dropping bomb. Drop bomb. How long is that bomb? Oh. Oh, you can't. Wow, that's a little tough. And there's a word missing. Dropping bomb, prompt. You can't hear it. Sounds like from, but it doesn't make any sense. Oh, dropping bomb and you can't hear it, maybe? Say it as a whisper, as a dropping bomb, and you can't hear it, maybe. Doesn't sound like and. Dropping bomb. I'm gonna have to put that because it's the only thing that makes sense right now, but unless somebody has something else that they're hearing. Oh, I'm gonna have to do that thing with this and make them short again. You can't. Your bum. And you can't hear it. Oh yeah, so see it as. Now this was kind of long. Say it as a whisper, as a whisper, as. Say it as a whisper, as a. So let's let whisper be not as clipped, but then as a dropping bomb, and then we'll just do it. We'll do these like this as well to indicate that at least. Oh shoot! All those lines underneath need to go. Ugh. Darn it. whisper as a dropping bomb, and you get hit.
You can hear it till it's done.
3 till it's done. Till it's done. Am I right about that? Can't hear it till it's done. Yeah, yeah. Good question mark. Till it's done. Okay.
As a dropping bomb, you can hear it till it's done. Come on now. Come on.
Okay. I'm just gonna mark that. Okay. Just gonna mark that. Don't know how to handle that yet. But we do definitely have a firm chord here.
Say it. Say it as a whisper, as a drop. Say it as a
Weird. That's like it's like A minor 6 or something. It's like A minor 6. Wow, how are we gonna get that without guitar? Ensemble probably. So anyway, yeah, let me just say A minor 6. Not. Yeah, it does kind of imply. Well, no, there's kind of, but I'm hearing the flat 6 in there. Yeah, but well, okay, yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna come back to that later. What's the second half?
come on now.
Oh, is this the same?
Come on now. Listen to yourself. You lose in touch with yourself. Come on now.
1, 2, 3, Fogo to come. Come. Come on now. Now. Just there. Was that like just listen? I don't remember what that was. Rhythm wise.
Come on now. Listen to yourself.
Oh, it's listen, not just listen. Anyway, listen to the listen. Listen to this. That's long. The sound. Listen.
Listen to yourself.
Short though. Come on. Come on. Now. Listen to the sound.
Listen to yourself. You lose in touch.
You're losing touch. You're losing touch. Cool. You're losing touch. You're losing touch. With yourself. Wait. Where the heck am I? Wait. Oh, I.
You really want.
Wait.
Come on now. Listen to yourself. You lose in touch with yourself.
Touch 3 with yourself. With yourself. Okay. I don't know. What do you think about them being solos, Brian? oops, I may let you answer that question while I take a little break. So I'm gonna put my my little break thing on. How long has it been? Is this fair to take a break? It's been almost 2 hours. Yeah, I'm gonna put this little break thing on, which if you haven't heard it yet, and maybe you have and you're tired of it already, but this is one of the new demos that we're, charts that we're putting out. This one is called Whisper Your Name. Anyway, enjoy this for a little bit, and I will be back in like 4 minutes or so. Got their own opinion and protects their own dominion. No doubt for them it's true.
But I tell them what I really believe. My only worry is protecting you.
Yeah.
No one should ever be lonely. We'd all find somebody to care. Ask me if I dare to answer who could carry that flame.
I just whisper your name. Everyone got their own opinion and protects their own dominion. No doubt for them it's true.
But I tell them what I really believe. My only worry is protecting you. Yeah. No one should ever be lonely. We'd all find someone to care.
Well, ask me if I dare to answer who could carry that way. Carry that way, yeah. Carry that way. I just whisper your name. Okay, it's well timed, I guess. Got to fill up my water and take a breather, stretch a little bit, and well, we'll see what to do with those solo spots. We'll kind of consider if the ensemble could do something cool there, but we're learning what this tune does. Now, do you really want? Let's see how much of this is repeated from last time. Why don't I grab that and bring it in? And we'll just see about that section, how much it stays the same.
You lose in touch with yourself. You really wanna live like this? Do you really wanna be like this? Do you really wanna live like this? Do you really wanna? So don't forget. I remember those words I said.
that's what the tune does officially. Now, so I'm just going to grab that stuff and put it in its place again. And of course, we can think about, I don't need this anymore. We can think about what it really is going to do in the actual chart. But really, it's a pretty binary tune, you know, I guess, in a way, right? It does what it does twice and gets out. I think that's pretty efficient. And then we have all these. We can build into some background leading into some of these lines and get those on some syllables. Open up some space for a sax solo. For 16 bars, maybe do something a little different with the second 16. N is a vocal developer. I'll just say vocals development. Something happening there that can give them some place to stretch, whether it's a cappella or it's an additive thing or soli-ish, but something that's more suited for them to soli on. I don't know. We'll see. Not imagining right now any scatting on this necessarily, but if you want, we could do that. You could have half of that sax solo be for that or whatever. So, but maybe that's not what we're going for on this. So, and then I read all this stuff again. I'll bring it in since we know. Okay, so I'm pulling in the I remember stuff just again as a placeholder and a reminder of what happened before. So just skips, do you really want to? So here's the end I remember, which leads to, yeah. See if that's the same. Yeah, that is the same. This always kills me about Snarky Puppy recordings. This part. Oh yeah, that was live. That always kills me. Oh my god. When you're like, oh yeah, they just did that in a room full of people with headphones on. That is fabulous. Okay. Okay, so that's the tune. That's the form. Some stuff to lift still. The transport is gone. Let me pull up the transport. Where the heck is that? It's silly. Oh, there, it's over here. Oh, it should be there. Oh, it's down here. Okay, got it. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah, that I remember works really well with what they're playing underneath it. Holy crap. I am curious actually to play through little chunks of this now that we've thrown some stuff in. Let's just hear it. I mean, the synth is nasty loud. Let me just pull that back to reasonable val. We do have electric bass, right? Yeah, I think so. Okay, well, let's try it. I'm going to try to fix these when I encounter them. This is one that should be short. Lo siento. Oops. Bink bump. Oop. Nope. Back a couple steps, please. There we go. Yes, yes. I don't think so. I don't think they did that. Get rid of that the major seventh on this too. I just say A sus4. Oh, meaning that I don't need to. Take me a second to get through all those. I'll remember them eventually. Oh, and I know what this now. What this is. It's or. Yeah. That's what that is. It's really just the A flat 9 sus. His is super real. I mean, in the snarky version, it's simplified. Get it. Kicking butts, 3 minutes into the tune, it wails, and then, oh, that happens for a while. Wail, 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 groove, 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 and the vocals do something. Vocals, 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 interesting stuff, and it's different. Whoa, I remember, I remember, and then. Unbelievable. Yeah, that's gonna be A-level bonkers. Woo! Putting the rhythm track together is gonna be gnarly for that. My drummer can play the fool out of this thing. He'll be fine. But I need to write a bass part that will work for the demo. Can't decide. Of course, Brian, for you, when it's just piano stuff, like, do you really want it? I mean, the chorus is a little, it's like smooth jazz in a way, as opposed to like prog rock, like tribal tech, dirty loops kind of stuff. But yeah, they take it a little smoother there. It's more a little Hela Hathaway vibe, and which I think is a nice departure for that, like, that A-flat-7 sus. So you're probably gonna want to go back and forth on your synth, maybe between that synth effect and the piano sound. I think it's really the way to do that. And in those cases, I'll probably write out. Oh yeah, no, that's good. Go Corey. Yeah, Brian says he's already got his drummer learning the tune off the record. So yep. So yeah, of course you read changes. You could play those jazz figures. I might as well just write those. Don't really necessarily, unless you want me to write piano figures in, I can do that. People like that, but everybody in the future, whoever buys this chart from me after when it's in the catalog, if it is, I will be, of course, since easy to get the license from my friends, Genevieve, and I just met Lewis. But anyway, I can imagine that anybody that's buying this is going to have a pianist who's probably going to be able to work out how to play some changes, from just slashes and chords for a part of the tune. And that really does sound like what it's doing. The bass, I notate it really. I notate it fully, even though I know bass players don't need all that. It is helpful to on this tune to give them a bunch of stuff. Give them a bunch of stuff to know, like what to do. A funk, and what does that sound like? Tim LaFave plays a lot of their stuff, and that dude lays it down on the electric and plays some great stuff. But of course, Michael League is on it on this record, and he's pretty sick himself. So this is just crazy. Having fun with this. I think I'm at a stopping point for tonight, just based on, I can tell my brain fog is. It must be getting close. Yeah, it's 2 hours 10 minutes, but I also wrote another chart, finished another chart today. So I guess that's why my brain seems to be wearing down. But it's getting late on the East Coast also for our friends. So I'll let you guys do something else on your Friday night, and I will almost certainly do some transcribing in the meantime. I probably won't do all the lift of like the bass stuff and everything. I'll probably try to get this thing a little bit further along off stream. The transcribed bass parts on the Dirty Loops too. Yeah, they're really, really crazy. But I'll probably do some of that lifting off camera, and then when it's time to make some decisions again, I'll get back at it. So Brian, at least I'll give you another email when I'm looking at going again. If it's a bad time for you, actually, I can probably adjust. Actually, I won't be going tomorrow afternoon. I know that, but it could be tomorrow evening. I might go tomorrow night. That seems like a good time to go. So in the morning, I'm likely to do some of that, some of the grunt work on this, cleaning up some lift things, making some decisions about which thing to go with, and then the interesting writing part should happen maybe tomorrow evening. Maybe we'll get there on this. Might finish it. I don't know. I might also start working on the drum part off stream also, because some of that stuff just isn't quite maybe as stream friendly, maybe. So, but okay, cool. Brian, you rule, and students, you rule too. You're awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out, and everybody else who is a part of who isn't necessarily in Mr. Raymond's choir, checking this out. Thank you guys for watching and seeing how this one came together. And huge thanks to Lewis Cole and Genevieve Artadi from KNOWER for letting me work on this piece. It's a really cool thing to get to do, and I'm going to look for as many of their things to put in the vocal jazz world as possible, because I bet the students will always love this stuff. And it's complicated, it's interesting, it's definitely vocal jazz. It definitely is. Look at this harmony. Come on. What are you gonna say about that? All right. So cheers, and I'll talk to you guys later. And